Lazy Susan spin around, topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. That is the Lazy Susan podcast, if you're familiar with it. My name is Todd. I'm back here with my co-hosts, Derek and Adam, as always.
Hey.
We'll be rotating around the subjects of about a bunch of fun stuff today.
Hell yeah.
Fun stuff today.
Good. I'm excited. Episode 19, guys. We're closely approaching episode 20. I don't know if we should do something special or not, but I thought that was pretty cool.
Scared?
Now I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna set up the coolest episode 20 you've ever seen. But was excited to have that intro. That was the first time that intro played for one of our podcast episodes. So I know you guys got to see it earlier because I sent it out and I posted it. It's on the channel. So like people who haven't subscribed yet, when they click on the channel, that's the first video that shows up. Just a little intro, kind of like a quick synopsis of what we do and all that. So I thought that'd be fun and cool.
Right on.
But other than that, I've been just busy working on the shorts and stuff. I've been super happy that we're live now. By being live, it gives me all that time to work on shorts, which I've been grinding out at least short a day this whole week. So I'm happy with that streak I have. Yeah, and I already have one planned out for tomorrow. I'm happy about it. Looks good. I feel I'm happy with my ability to get them out faster and make them look nice. So I'm like excited. I'm geeked. I'm getting the hang of it, getting in the flow of things. I know Todd asked if I was going to jump back into my own personal streaming and stuff like that. That is something I do want to get back into, but I'm not going to get into that until I feel comfortable with like a good routine with our podcast and our channel and stuff. Once I can get like a nice, good routine where I feel comfortable, then I can worry about everything else. But this is definitely my main priority. I was focusing on this, making sure this grows, making sure it's great and fun and awesome. So happy with the progress, happy with where it's going. Have a lot of high hopes. Just got to keep on grinding it out and don't get discouraged if video doesn't do too well. We'll just keep on pounding them out, repost them later. And I think we'll be good. Yeah. And aside from that, though, aside from all the editing and stuff I've been doing, caught up on Penguin season 1, episode 2. Episode 2 was awesome. Derek, you said I don't know if Todd, have you even checked it out yet? And it's good. I think you'd enjoy it.
Plan on checking it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a good mob story so far, and it's like very interesting. The way Colin Farrell, this man disappears into that makeup. And that makeup team should be praised because that is some crazy makeup. Like you see people in like fat suits all the time, and you could be like, "Oh yeah, that's just a dude in a suit all the time." Like there's things that just stick out. For his costume, that makeup, I can't even. I keep on forgetting it's him. He completely disappears into that character. I mean, he hit his acting alone. I don't know how. It's like kudos to his acting that he can embody a character that that looks and feels that way. I don't know. Like you see that character, he looks in the mirror and he becomes a different person with that makeup. It's insane.
Yeah, I also like Sophie or Sophia. I forget.
Sophia, yeah, dude.
Sophia,
the acting chops. These people are killing it.
I've only ever seen the actress play like the mom from How I Met Your Mother, and
right.
Leonardo DiCaprio's first wife in Wolf of Wall Street. That's a smaller role, but this is a very different thing.
Honestly, like both her and Colin Farrell might be like some of like the best roles they've ever. Well, clearly for her, obviously, it's definitely the best role she's ever done. This was already impeccable compared to her past works. No offense to her past works.
I was gonna say you need to wait for Colin though. He's been around for a minute.
I swear though, this is just absolutely impressive in my eyes.
You're 2 episodes in, man.
Yeah, but I can't think of any other movie and show he's been in that would be like this level, at least so far. I'll give it that. Whatever, we'll get through it. But I'm sure after the end of the season, I'll throw this up there as his number one for me, is at least, because this is just insane.
No, I'm gonna need you to go back and watch everything in his fucking
Catalog.
repertoire, and then make
And we're gonna rank it here on the Lazy
list.
Susan. I like it. I wouldn't be mad at that, but at the same time, like, this is just very impressive at the end of the day. That,
Have you
and
seen
then
The Gentleman?
which one was that one?
Takes place in the UK. Matthew McConaughey's in it, like 3 hours long.
Oh, yes, that movie was awesome.
I feel like
That character was pretty cool.
very similar thing. Like, yeah, he's playing a completely different character that you wouldn't see him playing.
Right, but he wasn't the sole focus, so I think him being the sole focus in this kind of really brings a lot more attention to his acting chops compared to that role.
Oh, because he wasn't the main character.
Right.
Gotcha.
And he's getting like crazy screen time.
He was definitely like a fan favorite in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, this man's going through 3+ hours of makeup to get that whole penguin persona and suit on and everything. And I mean, it's crazy that somebody goes through that much makeup and then probably sticks in that makeup for 12+ hours a day, or I don't even know how long. Does he sleep in that? That's a good question. Probably, maybe. I don't know.
No, he's definitely
not. No.
He'd take a little rest sitting down, maybe. I don't know. All I know is that shit's impressive.
That goes for a lot of different things. I mean, what is it called? The Vecna and Stranger Things?
That's true too, yeah.
That's a long process.
But there's like, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, as far as processes go, yes.
Yeah, he's not the first one to do it. Calm down, bro.
Right, but I'm just saying this makeup job. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna say it's easy to make a creature, but when you have like minor flaws in something with makeup, you can be like, yeah, that's just the creature's aesthetic, blah blah blah. This has
I don't
to
think
look like
they
a human
make
being.
room for little flaws like that. Yeah.
Not, I mean, compared to somebody making an
You're
actual
blazing
human that needs to
Penguin
be
a little
passed.
too hard, man. You need to back up a little bit.
I'm just saying, when you come to like making an actual person that needs to make, you have to be perfect to make sure they look like a human still at the end of it, compared to a creature that you can be like, oh, well, it's just a creature. You lagged there for a second. Wasn't sure if you were fine or not.
Is that me lagging or is that you?
It looked like you, but
It probably is me.
Anyway,
You sound
it is really great. Do I?
Todd, yours is freezing. Todd's isn't.
I'm chilling. You guys look fine to me.
All right, we're chilling.
It doesn't matter. Everyone's fine now.
Anyway, regardless of that, I'm very stoked. He's doing a fantastic job. I have high hopes for the show. It looks like it's going in a great direction. I'm excited to see what else they have in store. That, and then the other show I checked out was DanDaDan. It's a new anime that popped up. It's I think you guys should check it out. It's really dope so far. The art style is absolutely
10
amazing.
Out of 10.
It was a 10 out of 10 first episode. So far, first episode, 10 out of 10, easy. You guys got to watch it. I think you guys would enjoy it. It is very funny, and the action sequence were animated very beautifully. The art style is really nice and pleasing on the eye. And it's a story.
Nobody's ever done it before.
I wasn't going to say that. But anyway, it's a love story so far of like two high schoolers. Yeah. And you have the girl who believes in ghosts, and you have a boy who believes in aliens, and they both do not believe the other one. So they go out to disprove.
Maybe Haley told me about this.
They go out to disprove each other. So she goes to like an area where UFOs have been spotted, and he goes to an area that's haunted, and they both find out that they're both correct. And it goes from there, and it's pretty entertaining so far. And it's very
realistic.
And it's very vulgar. I was not expecting some of the dialogue that happened, and I was like, yo, like the whole time, like, oh man, the dialogue will catch you off guard. I would love to tell you what it is, but I don't want to spoil those moments for you guys, because I do think you guys should check it out. It was so really good first episode. But that's it for me as far as new things and what I've been up to. I'll pass it on to Derek.
Oh yeah, Derek, what you been up to? What's new for you?
Watched the Penguin as well. Nothing else really though. Oh, we watched Dinner in America.
What's that about? Please.
You watched it.
I have no idea what it is, so you'd be telling me.
Well, Haley watched it, and then she wanted me to watch it, so we watched it the same night that she had already watched it earlier in the day. Just an indie movie. There's this guy who's like a lead singer of some like punk band, not like famous by any means. Just comes across this girl who coincidentally is a big fan of that band, but he always wears a ski mask, so she doesn't know it's him. But she like sends him fan letters and shit, and I don't know how else to explain that movie. It's just them getting into
It ends
shit.
up being a love story.
Yeah, it's a love
okay.
story.
It's a romance.
Yeah,
Okay. Right on.
It's a rom-com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like your typical kind, though. There's some wild moments in it, you know. There's a few words that were said in the beginning that I did not see coming. I was just like,
it
wow.
takes place in the 90s, so their lingo is not what we hear today without being.
Does it take place in America?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dinner in America.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Dinner in America. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that part. Okay.
But yeah, that was all I saw, man.
Right
Nothing
on.
else. Just waiting for Dragon Ball Z to come out.
Hell yeah.
That's really all that matters.
It's true.
I'll pass it on to Todd then, right?
Yeah, I watched Dinner in
Yeah.
America as well.
Pass it up to Todd.
Other way. God damn.
Yeah, I know. I was.
Yeah,
This Brady Bunch shit's hard.
Dinner in America. For all you reality show enjoyers out there, I know there's a bunch of you. Watched The Circle, the whole finale of that, and
What the fuck is that?
Oh yeah, care to explain?
It's the social media game show to where you go on the show as whatever you want. You can be yourself. You can be John. You can be Jack. You can be a celebrity. Catfish, whatever. But the basic premise is to get to the end with the highest rating so you can win $100,000. So some people will go in as themselves because they're like, oh, people love me. I'm a great person. I'm authentically me. And there's other people that'll go in there as like a family member because they're like, oh, this person has always been so well received in my life, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like the person I am just doesn't come across well and stuff like that. So I'm going to portray them and whatever. So you can either be yourself or a catfish at the end of the day. And all of these interactions are with people through a group chat, through like social media, essentially. So it's like, Circle, take me to the group chat. And then everyone's talking in the group chat and you're trying to figure out stuff about them and they have a profile and whatnot. So this most recent time, there was like 3 catfishes actually that made it to the end and two like actual legitimate people. So yeah, it was pretty crazy this time around. It's on season like 8 or something like that.
Really? Jesus Christ. I've never even heard of
That
it.
is crazy. Yeah, I never
And they
heard of
come
it.
out
It's
like
on season 8.
across the world too. So like there's the Circle Brazil, there's the Circle
What
UK,
is it on?
stuff like that. Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah,
I'm out of the
it's pretty interesting. And
You've watched every season?
Give her to Anne has. I've watched most of them with her. So
That's what's up.
Speaking of reality TV, the Ink Masters is coming back. That's right. That's like the only reality TV I'll watch is Ink Master.
I haven't watched reality TV in a minute.
But I'm pretty stoked for Ink Master. I always love
Also,
seeing the artwork.
the Mormon TikTok wives, that reality show is crazy. Those women are unhinged.
Right on. I love it.
It sounds vaguely familiar, I think.
Somebody wobbling their mic.
I think it's Derek.
Not doing
Camera is
anything.
shaking, so I can hear it too.
Yeah, it sounded like wind or something. All right, it's going away.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Damn
brother.
you, Derek.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I'm a real piece of shit. Since birth.
Since birth. Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about first today? We got a couple
Well,
things
let's
to talk
dive
about.
right into the fun stuff, Adam. You got it all laid out for us.
I mean, I gave you guys some rough drafts. Do you want to guys talk about the first one I brought up or no?
Yes, sir. You know it.
Oh, we're talking about P. Diddy, everybody.
There it is.
Jumping
It's
right
what
into the
it's what
juicy
everyone's been asking
details.
for. It's what everyone's been asking for.
All right. So with the P. Diddy case, are you guys familiar with like some of the more recent things that have happened with it?
He was found
Educate
innocent.
the youth.
He's found innocent. Whoa, it's trippy. No, they have 120 victims that they're currently being charged for. Out of
that are coming forth with stories.
Correct. Well,
yeah.
yes, that they have right now, because I guess they have also thousands that have been calling them, but they got to vet all that to find out what's actually real or whatnot. But so out of the 120 that they have, 20 of them are minors, and the youngest being 9 years old out of that group.
Currently 9 years old?
No, 9 years old when all the incident happened. Yeah, that'd be wild. That'd be super trippy. But anyway.
They say when that happened? Like how old is
this 9-year-old this is all going to be coming out soon. The one of the prosecutors that came out and was like with a statement bringing this all up. He's a guy who's worked on plenty of other cases. I forgot exactly which ones they were, but there's some notable ones. Regardless of that, he did say there was a bunch of more people that were on that list. He said they will shock you when it gets said. He's not going to say them today. He's like, but we will be saying
that there's supposed to be like some crazy high profile names.
He said everyone who's on there, they know they're on there. Like they got served already, and they'll be they'll be represented. He's like, it's not just going to be Sean Diddy Combs that is being prosecuted. He's like, they will follow these names, and these aren't just people who just stood by and did nothing and watched while these egregious acts happened. These are people that partook, and he was going in. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is gonna be fucking nuts.
I see the judge.
The judge, yeah.
They changed the judge, and it says for like there's no reason has been said.
And then, I've been hearing a lot of stuff, but apparently one of the main reasons, because, he obviously tried to post bail multiple times.
Multiple times, yeah.
Right. You know what? One of the main reasons why he wasn't able to post bail?
Because he's a sack of shit.
Because he's a psycho. Right. But it was because of, do you know what he did with Kid Cudi? He blew up Kid Cudi's car. And it was like, he didn't hide it. He was like, yeah, I did that, basically.
Why?
Because Kid Cudi
blew up his car.
He blew up his car.
Like how?
I guess they held him at gunpoint. Was he
trying to kill him?
No. This was a message. Apparently, this was just like they held.
This is known information.
Yeah, this is known information. P. Diddy and his bodyguards and people, they rolled up on Kid Cudi, held him and his people at gunpoint while they blew up his car. And it was because when P. Diddy was married to Cassie, Kid Cudi was talking with her, and they had like this whole like she went to the studio with him multiple times, and
good for her.
P. Diddy was like, she's going to the studio a lot. What's going on? And apparently he went through her phone, didn't find anything, but then he went through her emails and saw that Kid Cudi was talking to her a bunch. And
crazy.
Basically told her that she needs to stop that, and she actually ended up stopped talking to Kid Cudi, and then she ended up getting beat by P. Diddy later on. And I don't know if you guys seen that footage where he was like dragging her and stuff like that. It's pretty
I didn't know that had to do with that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just later on stuff. But apparently, he had like this party. And he was like, I'm gonna blow up his car, and he went out and he did that. And they are Cassie is bringing that up, and because she brought that up, they're like, yeah, we're not letting you post bail. Like that's one of the main reasons why he wasn't able to post bail. Cassie said that Diddy said that he was hoping Kid Cudi would be in the car when he blew it up. Okay, so he was trying to just straight up murder him. Crazy. This shit's going nuts. So this leads me into theories. There are some theories there's some of them I'm like, this shit's juicy, kind of like they're stretches, and I don't think they hold a lot of water
at this point,
honestly, right? But it's with this all being connected to Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye, and who else am I thinking of? Hold on, I put down some notes. All right, yeah, okay, yeah. And J. Cole's song. Not you don't have to worry, Todd. It's just J. Cole's song, She Knows. Okay?
He's like, not my boy.
Right. But in his song, She Knows, he sings, rest in peace to
Ooh.
Aaliyah, rest in peace to Left Eye, and then Michael Jackson, I'll See You, right?
Just
So-
as soon as I die. Yeah,
right.
I'm familiar.
Right. So it goes that P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce were a tight group, and these were all people standing in their way. And they started icing them all. They're saying that directly responsible. Apparently, Aaliyah never wanted to get on the plane that she ended up dying on. Apparently, she was. Apparently, they said she was unconscious when they brought her body into the plane. I don't know, like how crazy true that is, but that's what I've heard, and I'm like, that would be insane. But the way it's attached, that they're just saying that Aaliyah was in the way of Beyonce's fame, that she wouldn't be where she was if Aaliyah was still around. So they started getting rid of all these people in their way.
Okay.
So in the song, She Knows, She Knows, She Knows. You guys want to tell everybody what Beyonce's last name is? Knows. She knows. She knows. That was one of the. That was a stretch, but it was like
my. Okay.
That
people
one's
are
bad.
eating it up, and
That
it's
one's
hilarious.
bad.
And nah, it's great. When you hear the song with it, I'm like, yo, this is it. This shit's a stretch, but I'm loving it. But then the other thing is, this is the other one that I love. It's stretch, but I love it. Is Kanye saved Taylor Swift
Oh, I've heard that.
by going up on stage and said, I'm gonna let you finish. He brought attention to Beyonce, and it was all the attention supposed to go to Beyonce. Beyonce's supposed to get all these attention at all these award shows and whatnot. And by bringing the attention to Beyonce, he saved Taylor Swift's life, because if it wasn't going to happen, they were going to have her often killed. And then the other reason people bring this up is because Adele won a Grammy for one of her albums, and when she went up and accepted it, she's like panicking, talking, and you could just say she's emotional.
She says
that Beyonce deserved it. Beyonce, this and that, and then she breaks the Grammy and says she's gonna give the other half to Beyonce. And people are saying she did that because she knew that she was gonna get killed if she did it. But what did Kanye call himself?
Called himself a lot of things.
Yeah.
Man.
One of the big ones. He calls himself Black Jesus. And he says he's Black Jesus, and people are like, he really is Black Jesus. He saved Taylor Swift. I'm
crazy.
like, these are so crazy, but I love it. The people are going nuts for it. I'm like, this is good. This is good real life TV right now.
Where are these people?
I love Kanye West, but he is not saving Taylor fucking Swift.
He already did, Derek. You're missing the point.
No, I'm not missing it. He didn't save
Black Jesus over here. He really pulled through.
Killed.
Right. You started this off with there's no way none of this could be that much of a stretch, right?
What?
Diddy had her in the fucking crosshairs. Kanye came up and saved her.
Okay.
You got to lean into it, Derek. It makes life more fun.
Sure.
But yeah, that's it. That's as far as all the fun conspiracy theories that I've been seeing and I've been cracking up, and it's been some good real life TV.
That's all fine and dandy. I gotta tell you, the She Knowles, I hate it.
I love it.
That
one's one of my favorite ones.
It's so
She knows.
dumb.
I was like,
No.
yes. I was like, this is so
That is
crazy,
so
and I love it.
dumb.
It's
stupid.
great.
Yeah.
And that, guess what? That's the one that's gonna get stuck with you guys because it carries so much weight. Derek's gonna be singing the song. Damn.
Never. That's like ruining the song. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying it would. I mean, I'm not saying you would love it. I'm just saying it's gonna be the one that sticks with you.
Not a shot. Never
Fast forward a year from now, Derek's like, damn it.
I already forgot about it at that point. It's gone.
Yeah, right. Anyway, that's it. I don't know if you guys had any other theories or anything else that's come up.
I got nothing. I'm just waiting to see if he's gonna fucking die or not.
I was gonna say I'm just at the point to where if it's gonna get
If
to
you can
like
get
the
Epstein. You're
yeah,
right.
the Epstein route, where like if they actually have a very big list of high profile people, like we're gonna start seeing people dying. Like I've already seen a multitude of people like deleting all of their tweets
Mass
and stuff for
deleting,
like the
deleting, yeah.
past 3 years.
That
or
was the
whatever. Yeah.
funniest shit was when it happened to Usher and he was like, my account was hacked.
Got hacked. Right, so specific to be deleting everything around that. Yeah, that was so crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy.
No, that yeah, because then he also, when he was arrested, like a couple weeks later, he was saying he wasn't eat. They were saying he wasn't eating because he was afraid he was gonna get poisoned.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's
Yeah.
still like that's still happening or what's going on with that, but that is crazy, and I'm surprised like we haven't heard that he tragically passed. You know, because yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this again, I'm just waiting to see. Well, it's also because we want to know if there is a list, like who's all on it. Are we all going to find out? Is it going to be like Epstein, where they said there's a list of people and everyone's going to know who it is and what they all did? And we
Ooh,
all
what was
know
that
shit?
girl from 8 Mile who passed away?
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy. They're saying that she might be linked to this as well because she used to date Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy are really close or were really close. There's a lot of pictures and they say they go way back.
Mm-hmm.
And the story goes that she saw something and she was going to say something about it. And she ended up dying. And I thought it was like she OD'd. I thought that was like how she passed away.
No.
She died from pneumonia.
Her death is weird. I don't remember all the details, but it's not like that. No, there's like a whole other conspiracy theory with her death, like a crazy one with like the house that she was living in and other people getting sick.
Well, yeah, because then I don't know if they said her husband at the time died from the same thing or he just got pneumonia as well.
Yeah. It was something like
But
that.
yeah, and then Britney Spears moved into the house. Oh yeah, I was listening to all this as well. Britney Spears apparently moved in that house later on. She said it was haunted, bad juju. But
well, none of that exists. But yeah.
You should watch DanDaDan, Derek.
God. Yeah. No thanks.
That's actually a good question. All right, I'll derail from that later. I'll have to remember to ask you guys later.
Ask it now. You already brought it up.
Write it down.
I want to go back to DanDaDan. I should have brought it up when I first brought it up. But I was going to ask DanDaDan. It's so good. You're going to listen to the theme song and you're like, you never mind. This is great. I love this shit.
Doubt it.
The theme song to DanDaDan is done by Crunchy Nuts, the guys who did that Mashal song for season 2. That was amazing. So this new one's actually fire. It's heat. People love it. They want more. Yeah, you guys are listening and be like, oh. Anyway,
a little much.
The question I was going to ask,
yes.
Do you guys believe in ghosts or aliens? Or do you believe in both? Or do you believe in only one? Or none?
Only one.
Which one?
Sure. Aliens.
Aliens.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all on Team Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm same. Amanda hates that I don't believe in ghosts, but it's what it is.
Haley's the same way. She can't stand it.
That's the boy in the series. He's the one that believes in aliens and thinks ghosts are so that's silly that anybody believes in ghosts.
How logical. Just kidding. Ladies, I'm joking. Yeah. There's a new one of the ghost hunters. He has a new show, and she was like, "You can watch it with me." And I was like, "Pass."
Pass. Hard pass.
Hard pass. Have fun. That's cool.
All right, that's all I wanted to bring up from that. Sorry, we get kind of derailed from our Diddy talk for that, but I feel like we were kind of at the end of that as well anyway. Unless you guys had anything else to add.
Nothing. Not a damn thing.
I know you could. I could tell you want to talk about it a little bit more, Derek. Feel free.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say.
I'm just joking. But aside from that, we have Sparking Zero.
Next week.
Big game news. Phenomenal game news. Huge game news, especially for PlayStation players. Am I right?
Oh, that the pre-orders surpassed Call of Duty?
That's actually pretty shocking. But then apparently Space Marines as well did that. They said Space Marine 2 also beat Call of Duty in pre-orders.
Well,
These are just pre-orders for PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, you can't really compare it all across because
now that it's on
free.
Yeah, it's going to be free. Xbox. So it's going to be, I'm sure there a lot of people will be running with that. Oh, even beat it on Xbox and all that stuff. But yes, who's going to really buy Call of Duty when it's coming out on Game Pass and you already pay for Game Pass? But it is still huge on PlayStation's end that we have Dragon Ball Z, Sparking Zero. All 3 versions of the pre-order are beating Call of Duty. And I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, look at
It's gonna be the greatest game of the year.
Sony, Japanese company. They all play PlayStation over there.
I was
Trophy.
that's true. That's true. And it
Yeah.
isn't, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Game of the year, Adam.
Honestly, it might. But I thought of reasons why you should be watching the spoilers for it, Todd. There's some crazy shit that's been revealed, and I'd love to talk about it right now. I'm gonna talk about one of the things, but I want you to have that knowledge as well.
About it.
It's good to have educated discourse
You're gonna give
around
them
these
the knowledge
topics.
right now. You're gonna give them the knowledge right now.
It's for Chaozu. That shit was nuts. They made him cooler than he's ever been before. He's never been cool ever. I'm sorry, guys. Chaozu's never been cool. The gameplay they showed for Chaozu and Sparking Zero, they made him a bad man. I don't know how to tell you this. It's the way he flies. It's the way he was doing his attacks. I was like, this shit's cold. Like, he is an absolute menace. They made him a menace. There's got to be somebody, one of the developers was like, who loves Chaozu, and he's like, I need to give my boy his flowers, because with the way his gameplay was, I'm like, I'm gonna have to have Chaozu on rotation in my teams. Like, there's no way I'm gonna have to pass it up. This man flies at you just like this. He doesn't fly like a Superman or dive. He's just standing straight up, and he's like just menacing, absolutely menacing, coming at you. And then Todd, he does his goodbye, Mr. TN, right?
Yeah.
And all the other games, you see him just hop on their back. He's like, goodbye, Mr. TN. This game, he grabs you. It puts you in first person perspective, and he's this close to your face. And he's all like, he like closes his eyes. He's like, goodbye, Mr. TN. And he stares you in the face as he explodes. Cold. I was like, there's no way they made him this cool. It was uncalled for, and I love it. And I want Chaozu on my team every single time after that. You're gonna have to see it. I'll have to edit some footage. You know what? By the time I edit that footage, the game will be out. You'll be seeing it first person. It's
exactly.
I was blown away.
First person, and it'll be great.
They also did show a couple other characters, but like, I think that's something to like kind of marvel at. 180 characters for Sparking
82?
Zero, 182 characters and more coming. And they give these people their own personal flight, the way they carry themselves. Future Gohan rocking the one arm, utilizing that move set. 182 special different move sets for all these different. That's just
we don't
nuts.
know that just yet. That just yet. Let's tap the brakes.
Sure.
Let's not get too excited. This is another reason why I haven't been trying to like get over, because like I can look at all the shiny stuff and be like, oh, cool, but then and then I go to Birder and he has the exact same moveset as Jace, Ginyu, and all that. So I'm like, okay, that's where you're gonna lose me.
Okay, I wouldn't even say lose you 100%, because like, even
not
if they
lose me, but like that's
what are the odds you play any of those characters anyway?
Well, we'll be hitting up randoms. I'm sure we'll be playing them all the goddamn time. Honestly, the way you and Todd handle your randoms with Madden, it'll be the same way me and Todd handle randoms.
You'll be skipping most of the Ginyu Force for sure.
No, what? Derek, you don't know. You don't play it, but Birder was fucking broken. He was speed, man. We would be like, just every time we got Birder, he was an exception. But if they did make Chaozu as cool as he is, and if they do personalize, okay, I guess I am a little hopeful in that. Even if they don't, though, the fact that they did for these smaller characters and give them kind of more of a personal feel, it's just crazy for 182 characters. That's still mind-blowing. The fact that we're getting all that. The other thing I'm excited for is because we got characters like this, that they kind of like embody that type of persona of themselves. Like, I can't wait to see what Kid Buu looks like playing. You know, he's going to be fucking chaotic as shit. Is he going to move around? Like, how is he going to fly? How is he going to, this and that? I'm stoked. I'm very stoked for this game. I can't wait for Monday, I think it is. The 7th, 3 days early. High five, Todd. It's just going to be fire, man. I'm so excited.
I'm getting it the day it comes out.
That's fair. I mean, hey, as long as you're getting it. As long as you're getting it, that's all that matters. But I did want to talk and bring up that Chaozu thing. I still can't believe it. I just know
the artwork looks great.
It looks phenomenal.
Little snippets I've seen, like when I'm scrolling, and then I'll see like, oh, this person's moveset, whatever, blah blah blah, and I'll see like a quick little thing. I'm like, the mechanics of the fighting look very smooth. I guess my biggest concern, assuming the game is perfect, is gonna be the what was that, All-Stars Nickelodeon All-Stars, is that treatment. Like, give me smooth online play. That's gonna be the next real big thing. If it's unplayable online, that's gonna be such a disappointment. I don't see that happening because of Fighter Z. I know that's not
right
Tenkaichi, but like, it's still an online playing game where it's a competitive fighting game, so they kind of crack down on that stuff.
This is Bandai, right?
It's Bandai Namco,
yeah, Bandai. My bad. Yeah, they're no strangers to the online.
Yeah, that's why I again, I'm holding a little bit of reserves and whatnot, but I still see no reason why this shouldn't be, again, game of the year with, like you said, 182 characters, and even if they do 100 different fighting styles, and then the other
even if they do 60, that's impressive as fuck.
And that's the thing. Like, I know 182 characters is like not really what it is, because again, there's gonna be 30 different Gokus, 20 different Vegetas, 20 different Gohans and stuff.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's excessive, obviously. But
so do
that's
you
what
think?
I'm saying, like,
do you think like do you think they have 2 different Brolys? Has that already been confirmed?
It is confirmed.
Okay, so do you think that they have? I think we talked about that. Do you think they have different movesets, or are they?
That's a good question.
Like the same thing.
I hope they have different.
Why are
movesets.
there 2 different Brolys?
You got
GT and Super.
No,
They
not
are bringing
GT.
the GT
It's the movies. The movies.
Or the movies. Sorry,
yeah, they are bringing the movie
Super.
one.
Whatever. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I want to see Broly v Broly. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That Broly was scary.
Yeah, the movie
Terrifying.
Broly would body the fucking Super Broly, I think, if they were to fight.
Technically, I don't know, because he was fighting them at God mode, right? But just
I was gonna say, I don't know.
Aura alone, though.
Yeah, I guess you're right. One was fighting gods, and the other one was fighting what, Super Saiyan 3. Did they fight Super Saiyan 4?
No.
He
just fought all the Z fighters and destroyed them all.
Fucked up all the Z fighters.
Dogged them.
I guess the one just looks.
That'll be interesting. I didn't realize they were. I mean, obviously, again, I haven't looked into that stuff, but I didn't know they were doing both Brolys.
Yep, they are. I was stoked to see that. I was like, "This is gonna be."
Is that how you get the first Broly? Is by pre-ordering it?
That's a good question. I don't know. Is he? Is he a pre-order?
That's
he is a pre-order
bonus.
You know, that's a good question. I have no idea.
You get him?
I have no idea.
So I can't play as Broly.
I don't think you can play as the original Broly.
That's cough up $10, buddy. I don't know how much they would charge for that, but
that's fucking stupid.
But
this
man,
game sucks all of a sudden.
No, the only downside of this game the only downside that is actually glaring and
Adam, are you getting the Ultimate Edition?
Yeah, I still haven't decided. But it's like only extra. What is it? $10 extra, right?
Yeah, it's 10 extra bucks.
So I probably
the
what's
pre-order
the downfall?
bonus is 6 early character unlocks. It looks like Vegito, Super Saiyan Vegito, Super Saiyan God Vegito. Oh, and this looks like the Broly from Super, actually.
Right.
That's a pussy, bro.
Okay, so then the other Broly is the one that's in the game, like already.
Right.
I thought it was OG Broly. Like the OG Broly is the one you're going to be unlocking.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, you meant through pre-order? Or you meant unlocking through just playing?
Yes.
Yes to which one?
To pre-order. I thought
Okay.
OG Broly was the one for pre-order. Oh, it's Gogeta, not Vegito.
Did they just add that Daima Goku as a pre-order bonus? Playable character? I feel like I didn't see him before.
Goku Mini, maybe.
Oh, it just says Mini. Okay, my bad. Anyway,
is there really a difference between that Goku and the GT one?
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's gonna be a bunch of different.
They might have maybe a different.
What's the difference between the two? Though?
One's got the ultimate dragon fist. The other one has something else. I don't know.
His god form as a kid.
Oh, that'd be sick. All right, but really quick, I said the one really bad downside of this game that is glaring and it does suck is the fact that it's not crossplay. I think that is actually tragic.
I'm sure it'll be.
I know people are still hopeful, and it should
It's a dumb thing
absolutely.
that it's not like on release.
Dude, like everyone's doing it too at this
Not
day and age.
everyone.
I mean, damn near. I mean, like it's
I would
on a lot
assume
of
it's a lot harder
people's.
than we think.
Your
but
fucking
it doesn't
greatest
make
game
sense,
of all
like you
time
said.
isn't Baldur's Gate. It's not crossplay.
Not yet. Yeah, but it
Yeah,
is
you
on
keep
their
saying not
it's on
yet.
their plate.
Been
They've
on
said it.
for a long
They've
time.
said it. They stick to their word.
Do you
They're
see how much stuff they've released since then, Derek?
Right.
No, you don't, because you don't play the game.
Yeah, I do.
you just pretend to play the whole time. You have AI playing when you're on.
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm playing with you.
Yep.
I told Haley once it goes to crossplay, we're gonna try it out together
Nice.
because it's
But-
still on the PlayStation.
I think she would love it. Absolutely.
I don't know, man. Crossplay sucks. Or not crossplay.
Yeah, on the console for sure.
Yeah,
That's true.
it's
Who knows?
rough on the PlayStation.
We've talked about that before.
But those-
the UI is horrendous.
It's real bad.
But those devs, man, absolutely sticking to their word, keeping to it. They keep fleshing out the game, adding more for the players, and even though they don't even have plans for a second game with it or a next game with it, they really catering to the players as much as they can. Unlike Ubisoft, Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed being pushed back and with Star Wars Outlaws flopping. The Avatar game, which I keep on forgetting was even released. That was released this year. You guys remember that game? Avatar
I do know it
Frontiers.
was released because someone at my job was recently talking about, like, I actually like the Avatar game, and I was like, the blue people? Really? And they're like, yeah, it's actually pretty good, and like it looks beautiful. And I was like, I have no doubt in my mind that visually the game is probably stunning.
Right.
But what else is there to the
Yeah,
game?
what do
Like,
you
where's
That
the meat
game?
and the potatoes,
Yeah.
One, I remember when it released, and two, it was like the next day I was expecting to be like online seeing people like, oh, this is cool. This is cool.
Nothing.
It died
Crickets.
almost immediately. Nobody talked about that game. Nobody was
Absolute
wanting to like.
crickets.
I mean, sure, people did talk about it, but like nothing notable, nothing like crazy moment or nothing like you guys need to play this game. It was always like anybody I saw playing the game was like, yeah, it's okay. And it's like, yeah, this is not going to do well for them. And they've just been playing it way too safe by making really dumb decisions. And then they go on and blame the players at the end of the day, which was crazy that they doubled down and said that they blamed players for expecting
Having too high of expectations,
Well,
dude.
and not enjoying a solid game.
You put out a solid game first, and
Right?
then you can make that statement.
But the thing that's crazy is because Skull and Bones was released a couple months prior to this, or several months, almost at the beginning of the year, or was it the end of last year? Regardless, it was released relatively soon for them, and they were like, "This is the first quadruple A game ever," because apparently they sunk, I think, like $800 million into that game, is from what I heard.
Into Skull and Bones?
Yeah, and nothing to show for it.
That's
Dude, Sea of
actually
Thieves
funny.
is still doing better than that, isn't
Oh,
it?
absolutely. Yeah. Sea of Thieves is still thriving. They're still on probably like season 20 something. I don't know. So they've been killing it with their seasons.
That's a big yikes. I didn't realize they put that much money into it.
Yeah.
I remember us always talking about it like, hey, I'm okay with them pushing it back as long as it ends up being good. Like,
Right.
if that's what it is, I'm okay with that. Push it back a year and make it a perfectly good, polished title. And yeah, wow.
Yeah. When I saw an
didn't
article
realize
talking
it
about
was
it, they're
that
like,
much.
it's something around that mark. And I was like,
That's
that is
Ubisoft?
scary. That's Ubisoft.
Rip.
Ubisoft is, and they're plummeting hard. Their stocks are like lower than they've ever been in decades. And it's like, dude, this is big yikes. Like, this is not good for them. But they're constantly they're not doing anything.
Sony will buy them out to try and compete with all the Xbox buyouts.
Maybe
Try
that
and
might
save
be a
them.
good idea. Who knows? I don't know. But they need some structure because, I mean, I broke it down with Billy talking about it. I don't know if it's just their CEO like making all these or not making these decisions, but like not having a backbone with investors and just investors say you can do this, this, and this. And he's like, yes, 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 you know, or don't worry, I'm going to push them out. I'm going to work them hard. We're not going to actually work and try to fix this game. And they're constantly moving people out of the workspace so nobody gets any chemistry. Like I've heard a lot of stories of like that, but it's a multitude of things, but they're not doing themselves any favors by blaming the fans after all these flops.
No, that's literally, yeah. It's
and
where
like,
you make your money.
And they have games that people were absolutely,
easy.
yeah, exactly. And then they had games that people were absolutely hyped for to like just throw their money at, and those games went radio silent. And they were like, yeah, we're still working on it, like Beyond Good and Evil 2. I remember when I first saw that trailer for that, I was like, yo, this game actually looks like, this trailer was sick. Like I didn't show gameplay, but I was like, this trailer is sick. And then I remember like several months later, they were like, oh, this was leaked gameplay footage of it. And the gameplay footage looked sick as hell. I was like, this looks cool. It's like futuristic. He had a jetpack. He was flying up on these areas and shit. I was like, this game's going to be dope. And then I think it's already been like 10 years since that came out.
Jesus.
And nothing. Nobody's talked about it, and don't think it's on their plate to push out anytime soon. So if they don't have that,
everyone forgot about it.
I think that's what it is, honestly.
And you just brought it back up to the world.
And now everyone, I forgot I was mad about that.
See, they were right.
People in the chat, we need you to get on them.
It is
Evil 2.
It is the player's fault. Look at you. You're fucking bringing more chaos than what's needed.
The other one that was crazy, aside from Ubisoft, was Rocksteady, the people behind the Arkham games that now made the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. Their game has been on an insane decline. Like,
yeah.
And I think as of like I checked it like 2 days ago, like their average player count was like 240 players.
So
that was averaging
playing each other every day and the same people.
Pretty much, right? And the thing that's crazy about that is when the game came out, the big first DLC they had released was playing as the Joker, but it was like this skinny Joker
it was
that
the fucking Green Goblin. It wasn't
yes,
the Joker.
Yes. I remember you bring that up. It was like a green. Yes,
I hated. I only saw his moveset and I was like, what?
Everyone was hating on it.
Fucking umbrella. He's throwing bombs. Like this is the Green Goblin. What are you doing?
Nobody liked that design. Nobody liked that gameplay. But they did see a very small spike in players when that came out.
Well, yeah, it's the Joker. Like,
and then it dipped back down.
Whether or not you like it, you're gonna see. If you're into that shit, you're gonna play it.
Absolutely, the Joker's name carries merit, no matter where in what form, technically, right? But then they had their second DLC character, who was Mrs. Freeze. Nobody wanted that. They at this point they were making something that absolutely nobody wanted. Nobody cared, and it clearly showed on Steam when she came out. Nobody got, like, the player count stayed the same. Nobody came back. There was nothing. It just kept on going on this slight decrease when she came out. It was like nothing happened. And they just announced their next character, and it's another character that nobody cares about. And it's Zoe Lawton. She's known as Lawless, and she is Deadshot's daughter.
I was gonna say you're saying a whole bunch of stuff that I
didn't know who she was initially.
Deadshot, and I was like,
I didn't know who she was initially, and I saw her and I talked to Derek while I was like, what the hell? Who the hell is this character? Nobody cares about this. Nobody cares about this. Her character design looks like she came from Concord. Like Concord. Yeah. She straight up looks like she belongs in that game. And then aside from that, Rocksteady's Twitter page didn't even promote this at all. They're just like,
they just released it.
No, she didn't get released yet. There was a trailer that got posted about it, but they're not advertising it at all.
I thought you were saying like, hey, we just put out a DLC, by the way. Here you go.
At this point, they may as well, but at the same time, people are like, why don't they just, like, I heard somebody say, why don't they just Concord the game and just take it off the market and just axe it? Because honestly, I feel like you just need to pull, look at the flowers and take it out of its misery. But apparently somebody said they're inclined, like through contracts and stuff, they need to have at least 5 DLCs or something like that. Yeah. So if that is true, that means there's 2 more characters that will need to have to get announced and all that. And apparently they have like a small skeleton crew working on this game. So if it's true, then after 2 more characters, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, oh, we're taking it down.
Yeah, that's terrible.
One of the comments I saw immediately on that character announcement, though, was never mind. Marvel, the Marvel game was fine. Marvel's Avengers are like that was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
When is Marvel Rivals coming out?
that one. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
That one I will actually play, obviously.
That one does look more interesting, absolutely.
And if
more
it's free
fleshed
to
out.
play, then I'll definitely play it. But
And it looks like it actually cares about the players or the characters at least, staying true to them. But really quick, the other thing I brought up with Warner Brothers and with their Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is like they just straight up hate money. Like a good character to throw like for those characters for Suicide Squad that you could attach a face to and kind of hope to carry something could have been like John Cena with Peacemaker, right? That would have made sense, but now I don't think they're going to get something like that. But the big one that they should have done if they wanted diversity is Static Shock. He's the best one of DC's best characters that they always neglect. I will never understand why DC and Warner Brothers hate Static Shock and Batman Beyond. Those two characters would carry so much hype behind them, and they just never do anything with them. They're always just left on the sideline. So I think if they could have done a different variant of Static Shock to join this game, people would have been like, yo, I can play this fucking Static Shock. This is going to be huge. I want in. But
yeah, Static Shock would be so dope.
Warner Brothers hates money. That would give them money, so they don't want that.
It was the animated Batman Beyond movie that got turned down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Insane.
Terrible.
Insane. It would have been amazing. Could have been amazing. We've seen what that team can do. It's absolutely insane. But then we have Marvel Rivals, who every time that game goes on like alpha or beta or whatever it is, everyone's talking about it. People are hyped about it. Look at this different character and look at all these different move sets. Yeah, it might be a little bit like Overwatch, but you can do this and this with it.
A bit like Overwatch.
Right.
Right. That's okay. It's still Marvel. You're still doing all this stuff as like the Hulk, Venom,
right?
And
it looks like it would be something that directly competes with Overwatch. This way, maybe we can get some nice competition between them and better for the players.
There's been a lot of shoots and misses on trying to make that hero 5v5 6v6 shooter, and no one quite does it like Overwatch, even though Overwatch obviously doesn't do it perfectly. I'm not going to say that by any means perfectly, but they're definitely doing it, I guess, the best, the most polished.
Right. That's how I felt with Destiny for a while. I always wanted somebody to actually do it better, and at that point in time, like nobody was actually doing it better, and I wasn't happy with it, But and till this day, I don't think anybody's done it properly. But I mean, I guess Warframe, but I was never into that play style. It's just that play style is way too slidey and quick. So
yeah, jetpacking all over the ground.
Yeah, just watching the gameplay where it's like I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, yeah, it looks cool, but it just doesn't look fun to play.
You mentioned Venom earlier. Are you guys gonna have any interest in the new one coming out?
I have not seen the first two.
I'm in the same boat with Todd. I have not seen the first two.
I have seen the first one. No, I've seen the first two. I don't remember the second one. Pretty sure I've seen it though. They're okay.
When does that come out?
No idea. I saw the horse and I was like, that looks dumb.
In the also bouncing off of the Joker, are you guys going to see Joker 2? That comes out tomorrow.
So the thing with Joker 2 is I'm not going to say what I know, but I've gotten things spoiled for me.
From the movie?
Yeah.
How are you getting spoilers already? It's not even out.
Because people got early viewings, like TikTokers that do movie reviews. They got to go like to early viewings of it and have talked about it, and other people haven't like posted shit about it, talking about it. And if what I have heard is true, I have like no interest seeing this movie. It's already getting bad reviews too.
It's true. And yeah, I've not heard one good thing about it. I was watching.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I've been so good at staying away from bullshit with stuff like that, so I don't know any spoilers.
But aside, the one thing
I'll
you
still
do
probably watch it to like form my own opinion on it. But if everything that they said is true with everything that I've heard, I don't expect to enjoy this movie.
Really quick though, I've never even seen the first one. I just know it's critically acclaimed and everybody loves it.
The first one's phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
The first one's phenomenal.
So I didn't see the second one, but I heard about the spoilers and I was like, heard how everyone was upset. So I was like, I'm gonna look into this. I want to see what it is. And I was like, okay, I wasn't a fan of it. But the thing I thought was crazy was seeing everybody who has seen it, like not one good review on it. And then I was reading somebody who watched it and they were like, dude, people just kept on leaving every time there was a different song segment since it is like that musical aspect. So I knew Todd might be one of those people who's like, you know what? Fuck this.
Just checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird, but
It's such a weird, like, there's like good risks and there's bad risks or risks that just don't make sense. This was one of those.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah. I don't like.
I've said this before. I had a problem with them making the Joker movie to begin with. Didn't want it. Didn't want a fucking backstory on him. It made no sense to me. Joker's Joker. He doesn't need this whole fucking elaborate story. But then I watched it, and against my better judgment, you know, I enjoyed it. But if I already felt that way with the first one, then come on, man. There's really no fucking need for a second one. I had my hopes to see what the second one would be like, but then once I found out that it's not anything that I thought they were going to be doing.
Is it a different director altogether? Like, I'm assuming.
Good question.
Like,
I'm not sure.
Team.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure on that either.
No idea.
Interesting. Yeah, it's a real big bummer because I was kind of in the same boat as Derek. Like, this was an unnecessary movie. We've gotten 17 different versions of the Joker. We don't need, an original backstory. We pretty much everyone knows how he got to be how he is, kind of thing. So we don't need it. But then, saw it. It ended up being really good. Loved how dark and real it felt. And I don't know. I don't know what to expect for this next one because
hot garbage
singing songs doesn't
really good.
tickle my fancy right there.
Right. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Not watch it. Well,
I saw that there's rumors for the next Tom Holland Spider-Man.
And
if this is the route they're going, then again, I'm not a huge fan. But if it looks like possibly doing their own Venom thing, because they said there's something.
Well, wasn't that kind of like hinted?
Him with the black suit.
Mm.
But if this is the last time we're going to see Tom Hardy as Venom, then what are we doing here?
Well, it wouldn't. Well, yeah, then it wouldn't be Tom Hardy in the MCU. It would just be somebody else. That Venom.
But none of it makes any sense, right? Because Tom Holland said this is his last one. They've already made the crossover.
Did he say this was his last one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And they've already made the crossover when he was looking at like his screen and it showed Tom Holland's face in a post-credit scene. And like the Venom was trying to like reach for him. And they didn't do anything with that. But they already made it clear that, or maybe he's in a different unit, like in the multiverse or something like that. I forget. Wait,
which one? Which Tom are you talking about? Is it Tom Hardy's or Tom Holland's next movie? The next one being their last one.
Tom Hardy's.
Okay.
This one coming out is the last time that he's in.
You said Tom Holland.
Sorry.
Okay, that's where it tripped me out.
My bad.
Oh, wow, that's news to me too.
Right.
No. Tom, my bad, everybody. Tom Hardy said that this was his last movie as Venom.
And they can totally do that. I mean, it's in that Sony universe. He technically is part of a different universe.
Need to bring back the OG.
But they've already connected.
That's right. Topher Grace come back.
So okay. So when you do that, do none of them ever interact again? Like they're all part of their own universes and they just stay there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's what I'm saying with Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah, I would assume so.
With Tom Hardy, they've already connected his Venom to Tom Holland Spider-Man.
They only technically did that in the Sony movie, not the MCU movie. Okay. I know that's kind of weird, but that's kind of how I think they would see it. Because as far as the MCU's involved, is just that piece of Venom is in that universe. So that Venom will probably attach to his bully, maybe. Who knows? Or I forgot.
So we're just going to get another Venom in like a year or two after this one?
Maybe, right? The MCU version. It would be different, but I don't know.
It's just been done so many times, and then
Honestly,
make
I'm not
me
even sure
fear that the
Marvel
next
truly
Spider-Man's gonna be
knows
bad.
what's gonna go on. They feel like they've
Yeah.
already switched up their plan like multiple times.
I'm sure they have.
Speaking of which, they have Agatha going on right now. I haven't heard anything good on that either. I just heard it's like I forget that that's
I haven't
happening.
started it yet.
Agatha all along. It's from if you've seen
It's after
WandaVision.
It's the sequel to WandaVision.
Didn't watch WandaVision.
Okay, then you wouldn't have no idea who this character is. But that's
I watched like
You know the actress. Her and Aubrey Plaza are in it.
only Spider-Man in Phase.
Um,
That's the only part of Phase 4 I've seen is Spider-Man.
Wait. Didn't you see Guardians? No.
No,
Oh shit.
told you I haven't seen Guardians 3 yet.
What else has the lady that is playing Agatha? Like, she's
Step
been in
Brothers?
a lot of stuff. Yeah, she's the one that's fucking Dale in Step Brothers. That actress who's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
she's
Agatha.
yeah.
She's the main
She's a witch.
character. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
She's the
I
Wicked
love
Witch
her.
of the
She's
East.
hilarious.
She's a great actress.
She
She's
came
so
down in a
funny.
bubble, dog.
I've seen her. I can see her face in other stuff too, but I can only
Yeah,
think of her
yeah.
Step Brother.
Yeah. Because somebody brought up, they're like, there's a Marvel and DC thing happening right now. I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you got DC's The Penguin TV show going on versus Marvel's Agatha All Along TV show. And I was
the Penguin's on HBO. It's not fair.
like,
HBO is gonna put out a better product.
well, who knows? I mean, we got now that they're doing Daredevil on Disney, and that's promised to be just as brutal.
We'll see.
At least that's what they say, right?
We'll see.
It is, at the end of the day, it is still Disney.
They're gonna try and make Daredevil as brutal as it was on Netflix
Yeah.
as Disney.
Yep. It's what is it called? Born Again? Daredevil Born Again?
Yeah,
It's a
that
TV
Born
show. It's
Again,
happening. Yeah.
Is it the same?
Yep.
people?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be. I didn't know it was going to Disney though. I mean,
Originally,
The only ones that we haven't gotten confirmed to come. I mean, he's the only one. John Bernthal isn't coming back as Punisher at any time, is he?
I thought he was.
Or
Damn,
was
I'm
he?
gonna have to do my research on that. But yeah,
I was gonna say the
thought
only
he
ones I
did.
know for sure are we haven't heard anything about Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, or Luke Cage.
Right. I don't think any of them are coming back. But like his friends are even Froggy,
They
and
should.
Yes.
they are. They did.
Yeah, they're all
Because
coming.
they walked out.
I
I remember
heard
they
that
walked out on
Daredevil
stage
and its entire
together.
cast was coming back.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything on the other three, which I don't think we will.
I want them to bring Jessica Jones back. That was a great character.
I agree.
Or
Jessica
at least the
Jones is
Netflix
phenomenal.
show was great anyway.
Bring her and Kilgrave back.
I
would be
guess
crazy.
Disney
was
did
so
good with the brutalness of Deadpool and Wolverine. So
right.
I guess they're
Sure.
not gonna do that, but like even that still feels like jokey and cartoony.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
was gonna say
not
it's
like
not
the
thing.
serious
dark.
darkness of like
That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying when we're comparing the Penguin to Agatha. Agatha seems like it's supposed to be like spooky witch shit, but like at the same time, it's still gonna have that Marvel goofiness where the Penguin has none of that.
Is it out
Yeah.
yet?
Agatha.
Both of them
Yeah.
are.
I think Agatha's like on episode 4 or
Oh,
something
shit,
like that.
okay.
Yeah. Yep. I honestly, I just haven't heard really much anything on it. I think I heard somebody talk about it and it was like, it's okay. I was like, all right. So
I think Haley and I are gonna watch it separately.
shit, I have
We're-
no plan on watching it, honestly. Especially after I didn't really care for WandaVision. So
I did forget to say, you know what show we did start, which is a really interesting. I don't know if I've talked to. We talk about Kevin Can Fuck Himself. No.
what I think I think you
Sounds
might have told
familiar.
me separately, not on the stream though.
So, it's with the chick from Schitt's Creek. I forget her real name, but so she's plays this wife to this guy named Kevin, and it's shot 2 different ways. Where she's in like the scenes with her.
rom-com.
It's
and then,
it's a sitcom.
not a rom-com, but
sitcom.
yeah.
And
I
have a
did
laugh
see a little
track.
clip
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they got the laugh track, and he like does all his stupid like little quips that he says, and like the crowd laughs, and then she'll leave the room, and then it cuts to like a drama.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like
setting.
directly behind her.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
scenery changes as far as like
Yeah.
the aesthetic. Yeah.
That one, we're only like on episode 3 or something. We're really early on, but it's pretty good so far. The acting's really good. It's kind of like depressing because you feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's supposed to be like the reason why they called him Kevin. I'm pretty sure it's because of Kevin James. I think it's like a direct spoof off of the King of Queens because Doug is. If you ever watch the King of Queens, he's kind of a piece of shit, and his wife just like goes along with it, and she'll be like Doug, and then like it's all over because everybody laughs and no one ever really thinks that what he's doing is shitty. So it's kind of like it's a darker version.
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
what I've heard. It's like she's actually like not abused, but I mean maybe she is abused, but like
there's like mental
portrayed,
abuse there. Yeah. It's like to the point like it's not like he's actually like beating her or like cussing her out or anything. Where it's like she has no control over life or any say over what they do. It's everything that he wants.
Yeah,
and she feels trapped.
Yeah, I did see a little clip from that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Interesting.
It's pretty good so far. Annie Murphy, is that her name? I don't know. It's always funny seeing her because the first time we ever saw her, or I ever saw her, was in Blue Mountain State. And here she is further on. Schitt's Creek and now this. She has a Boston accent in it too.
Oh. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you liking it so far though?
Yeah, it's good.
How many episodes you say you are out?
So fucking stupid. Like 3. Oh, no, the whole first season is out. The whole first season is out, I think. We're only on episode like 3.
Oh, you're only on episode 3. Okay,
yeah,
right on.
I think there's 2 seasons now, I think.
Okay. But yeah, that's all I had for my talking points. There were some crazy things in the world that happened. We had the whole hurricane thing. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Super
yeah, how's your
unfortunate.
family down in Florida doing?
They didn't get hit.
I mean,
that's bad.
They didn't get. Yeah, they obviously got hit, but not nearly as bad as everyone who up north and higher up in those areas.
I saw this one. I mean, I know we're more about like laughing and jokes and shit, but one of the stories that I saw, which is kind of really fucked up, was people were saying that there was a plastic company that their bosses told them that they had to stay and work. They're like, "You're working. You have to be here. If you leave, you're fired." And I said, like, unless the flooding is like waist high, then you need to fucking work because that's what you're here to do. So, you know, naturally, some people died and some people are still missing. And all the bosses left, mind you. None of them stayed
of course.
building. So I guess the higher ups in this company have all come out and said that we never said any of that. So I don't know what the truth is.
I would have got that shit in writing.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Tell me that again, but write it down for me, please.
Right.
I'm hard of hearing.
Can you speak a little bit?
And then the other thing was people were posting pictures of cops outside of like a Walgreens or some store, maybe it was a grocery store, stopping looters from going in while no one's running the store. There's no one inside, and all that food is going to get expired anyways. So let these people who are stranded and fucking starving get some fucking food. I don't understand what's so.
That's what I said. I think they should just
but...
place all that shit outside, maybe.
Yeah,
absolutely. I was gonna say like maybe don't necessarily let them in. I can understand that, but
take it out.
All means, take all that shit out and put it on the fucking
all the resources
curb.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like guarding the store like armed is crazy.
Yeah, that's why.
Like that's what your main concern is when all this shit is going down is looters.
Yeah, that's why. But also, it's also a reason why Derek and I. There was a point in time where we could have moved back to Florida with our folks, and it's just one of the reasons why we did not want to go back to Florida. While we did live down there, we went through 4 different hurricanes, and that was not fun. We lost our house to one of them. Was it 2003 or 2004? Probably, I think 2003. Hurricane Charlie. Yeah, that was brutal. It was Hurricane Charlie. Yeah, I remember that. That shit was.
We had to live in a Days Inn motel for a little over 2 months.
Yeah.
Honey buns.
Honey buns all day.
And Velcro floors.
Bro, shit was disgusting. So you take your shoes off and you walk from the door to the bed. It's a small motel. Like you're taking all of 5 steps to get from the door to your bed. And when you look at the bottom of your white socks, they're black. And like Adam said, it felt like Velcro walking on that carpet.
Felt like a Diddy party.
It's disgusting.
No, but that shit did suck. And they had a pool, but nobody took care of the pool after those hurricanes hit.
Looked disgusting.
if you live in Florida, you know if you have a pool after a hurricane hits and she gets debris, all this debris flies in there. Those pools turn green if they're not taken care of, and it just gets gross and nasty. The days we were at, nobody took care of it. So while we were there, they had that pool, but it wasn't getting taken care of. So it was just this green, nasty pool.
Yeah.
So
they had HBO, but the two movies that I remember watching on repeat all the fucking time, because it was the only source of entertainment we had aside from the PlayStation 2, was The Chronicles of Riddick and 50 First Dates. We watched those two movies like 100 times each because we were just like, we got nothing else to fucking do.
They were good movies, at least.
Oh yeah, I love those movies.
But the PlayStation 2, man, that and NFL Street 2 were like man. So like all day, every day.
Yep.
So good. But yeah, it's rough, man. I
miss sharing that bed with you though.
Aside from jokes and much. Right, yeah, it was only two beds. Derek, my mom and dad in one, me and Derek on the other, and we were just it was not the best of times. But yeah, it was despite all the jokes and whatnot, but our hearts do really go out to all those people. We have a kind of a little bit of a taste of some of it, not nearly as bad as some of the people who completely lost their towns. But it is crazy, like some of the heartwarming things, even though in those hard times, is just seeing the community after the storm passes come together to clean it all up. Derek and Adam, Laura, I can't believe you lost the house to her. And yeah, it was brutal.
So when we say we lost the house to her, it wasn't like this, like where it gets flooded and like the house collapsed or anything like that, but it became very unlivable inside. So
Derek's room collapsed.
My room collapsed. The ceiling in my room collapsed. No, I wasn't in it. We were like in the living room watching TV and heard a loud crash. And we opened up the door and the ceiling had completely come in.
Well, I think we were huddled in mom and dad's room for a while.
Something like that, yeah. And then we slowly had to move everything from the house more and more to the middle of the house to get away from like the walls and stuff, because there were paint bubbles coming through. Like when you just poke it, like water would pour out and shit, and stuff was all the water was seeping through and getting underneath furniture where we couldn't see, so mildew was building up to it, which was affecting Adam's health. So
we lost like everything too, like
we did get a lot of damage. We lost electricity for like a couple days at once.
It was like about a week, I think, at least.
Yeah, so it was because that was the year where there was a few hurricanes that happened all at once.
But it was Hurricane Charlie that was the big hitter.
Yeah, so we went from our house to our grandparents' house. They had my grandfather had a prayer room in the back that he took all his stuff out so the four of us can go stay there. Then another hurricane hit and their house was fine, but that back room, which was attached to his back porch, got flooded. So all of our stuff, like we saved what we could, and then we had to go stay at TT Maribel's. We stayed there for like a little bit, but then we had to go back to, because she lived in Tampa, but we had to go back to Orlando, Kissimmee area.
Yeah, and it was still during school and stuff. School wasn't there for like, it was out for like a week or so.
Yeah. So then when we went back, we just had to stay at a Days Inn hotel.
Yeah. I remember. Yep. It's just rough. But that was the other thing that sucked, was because when that big hurricane hit while we were living inside of our house, my mom just got done painting the whole entire interior. And she did her murals on the walls. So there's a lot of beautiful paintings on this house. And it was while that storm was happening, the water was just coming through the roof, and it was getting in between the wall and that paint that she just did. Yeah. So you just had these little small paint bubbles that would come all the way down till they were about like face high, like right down to your face. And they were huge, and they would just poke, and then, or they wouldn't poke, but they just burst, and this water just spewing all of them. There's like tons of them, just all these paint bubbles with water spewing out of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was crazy. And yeah, you go out after that, and it's just, I remember we had a neighbor who had a trampoline. That trampoline was like through 2 different fences and like 4 or 5 houses down. All the pools, because we did have a pool in that in that house, and that was all green, tore up.
Yeah, because the screen gets ripped, and then all the debris
and all
everywhere.
That shingles everywhere. And then you didn't, like, things you just don't think about, like all that stuff. They all get piled into those sewer drains. Sewer drains are backed up. Streets are flooded. So there's people clearing out the sewer drains nonstop. But yeah, shingles everywhere. It looks like yeah, it's just a mess, complete mess. But it was like that's the heartwarming part amongst all that destruction and chaos. You have like everyone's just no power,
Coming
there's
together.
nothing. Yeah, coming together and picking up the pieces, cleaning it up.
Yeah.
So we know a little bit about that life, and our hearts do go out to those people. Clearly, there's a lot of people. Some of the videos I've seen were just absolutely insane. I feel so horrible for them, and people keep on saying it. In some areas, it's worse than Katrina because like whole towns are just wiped out.
Right. Yeah, that sucks.
But I am happy to see all the fundraisers I've been seeing. When I go to Walmart, when you're checking out, they ask if you'd like to donate for relief. Go to this place. They're like, same thing when you're checking out.
I never do that shit. I feel like that shit's a scam.
When it comes to pretty much any donation, I just think it's nice that that's there as an option. I think
also heard that is
a tax break.
Yeah, it's like they use it as a tax break for them, and I'm like, I'm not contributing to that. Like, I'll look into it and like do my donations like through a legitimate. Well,
right.
Obviously, how can I tell what's legitimate and what's not? But like, if through my own research kind of thing.
Right. Well, yeah, and I agree with you because I think it should be done that way because this way you're not working through a third party. You would be directly working with that donation center instead of going through Walmart, who's going to then donate it. Because yes, they do end up getting a tax break and they do write it off at the end of the day. So I don't blame you at all.
No. You saw that explosion in Georgia?
Yeah, there's all this chaos going on.
There's some factory.
Yeah.
I don't remember what.
I don't know if they're still testing for chemicals, right?
But yeah, some chemical explosion. The whole town, the whole city next to it, or like the city that it was there, they all had to evacuate.
Did people die in the building?
I don't think anybody died, at least unless if they did, I didn't.
When I initially heard it, they said they weren't able to confirm anything yet. So, but it's been.
I haven't seen.
I think it happened like a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm sure they would have the numbers on that, but I haven't checked it.
Yeah. Lots of crazy shit going on right now, man.
Yeah. Anything else as far as like news and whatnot for games and whatnot? I know we're just really excited for Sparking Zero. Oh, really quick, we should.
Sparking Zero is just literally. I would literally have it pulled up right here. I'm like about to pre-purchase it.
When are we gonna do the stream for that? Are we gonna do a stream or are we just gonna record and put it out there?
For Sparking Zero?
Yeah. Then we want to do like a little stream for that. Me and you, or me, you and Derek, all three of us going at it.
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm sure we could figure that out off camera too. But I figured, well, I mean, we talked about it before on our podcast, but yeah, just thought that will be something that happens. We'll still got to get Derek and Todd's football games going on.
Yeah, it's not looking good for me, man.
Why not?
What was the record last time? Hold up, I got it right here. Todd's up 16-4 right now. It's disgusting. I don't know why I bother playing video games with him. I lose all the time. It's gross. 16-4. 20 games. Oof.
20 games. Damn, that is rough.
Yeah.
Is it just for this season, or is this all accumulative, all from all of your whatever seasons or whatever?
This is just
Madden 25.
Oh God.
Adam, if you count all the Maddens, Todd and I have played
overall, Derek has me beat.
I
have his number this year. I'll give him that, but lifetime, it's probably flipped the other way, but in like the hundreds. So he probably has like 1,600 wins to my 400. Because we've been playing Madden since like 2010, 2011, give or take. I feel like that's when I started getting into it, like the Larry Fitzgerald, Troy Polamalu cover. That was like 2010, right?
Todd,
can we have a game night and play Fall Guys again? I started playing again recently. LOL.
Yeah, we just played it the other day.
Yeah, that's why she played it. She was like, "What the heck? Derek's playing Fall Guys," and I was like, "Well, he was playing it 3 hours ago. That's what it says." And I was like, "You can play that whenever you want. The Xbox is right there." She just only thinks of the Switch. So.
Yeah, Derek won back-to-back games on that one. It was crazy.
Again, lies. Adam won back-to-back games.
Dirty.
Call Billy. Todd.
Call Billy.
Call Billy. Call Billy. Yeah, Billy knows. Adam won back to back.
He
I died in the
knows.
first round. Shut
He
up,
knows.
dude. You're so stupid.
So good.
Yeah, man.
Haunted. No, but
So dumb.
but yeah, no, we got some big things coming up as far as like plans. We'll have to probably not next week, but the following, probably around like the 17th, I'd say. Would probably hit up that Baldur's Gate again. Instead of we'll go live, we'll play our Baldur's Gate 3 game.
Oh yeah. Baldur's Gate.
We have that going. With Sparking Zero, we'll have gameplay, maybe some live streams with that. Who knows? We'll figure out sometime when we're all on and we can play a little bit here or there, or just pre-record it and put it out later.
We got Halloween coming up in
Yes,
the month.
we realized that since we've been doing every Thursday, Halloween lands on a Thursday. And I said we should all dress up for that. And I think that's the route we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a nice, fun Halloween episode dressed up. It's going to be good.
Todd said he's got the craziest costume.
I think we're keeping it secret from each other, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. I was showing Haley the old pictures that you were sharing that we have.
Yeah.
And she saw Todd's Iron Man costume and she was like, is Todd wearing a child's Iron Man costume? And I was like, well, if you'll notice, he's wearing basketball shorts.
Shorts.
It was a child's costume and it revealed a whole lot.
It sure did.
Had to wear the basketball shorts.
Oh man,
Which is fantastic.
Stuff.
Yep.
Yes, I was wearing a child's costume. It was dope.
When we come in with those Halloween costumes, since we can like see each other right here, even when we are off the camera, we should like probably just hide the camera when we first get in, and then we'll do our reveals of what our costume is.
Okay.
I think it'll be hilarious. It'll be a good time. I gotta think of something fun. I still don't know what I'm gonna do, but I gotta figure out something funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
But yeah, we got big plans. I'm gonna I'm on a hot streak this week with the whole shorts and TikToks and all that. The short form content getting pumped out. I'm hoping I can continue that and get into a nice routine. Got a lot more surprises for everybody. A lot more things we'll be working on. We'll still have. We got to plan one of those days where we can do just one of those quizzes off of a stream and just pre-record that to put out later. Hopefully within this month we can figure that out.
Hopefully.
But aside from that, I'm good. I got nothing else. You guys got nothing else?
Did you guys hear about you didn't hear, but the kid that joined the server when you did the Spider-Man meme that
I just heard about that.
Did you?
What was he thinking?
I have no idea. No, like in the grand scheme of things, like why? What the fuck? Why?
Okay, well, hold on.
Let's explain the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't there for this. I got all of this via third-party information from the people who were actually there. But in our Discord group, a couple of my friends and I play Tarkov together. A fair amount of us. There's like 3 or 4 of us, and we're always having a good time, great old time, down to play with whoever kind of thing. I'm at work and I see someone else joins the Discord, and his name is Adam. So Adam does the Spider-Man meme. Like,
I sent the GIF of
what's going on. Yeah.
Right.
No.
So they're playing, and I get the story afterwards when I get home. Brandon, Roman, and they're all like, man. And Roman, like, as soon as I got in the chat, Roman was like, oh shit, Brandon, talk your shit, man. Let him know. Like, he just started going. He was like, nah, you gotta let him know. He's like, I told you to save it because you're gonna have to repeat it, kind of thing. So I was like, what the fuck happened? Or like, what happened? And he was like, man, Andre brought a real life rat in here. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, like an actually a real life rat. And he was like, he was doing the thing. And I was like, no, like, how do you know? And he was like, so Roman doesn't play Tarkov, so he doesn't have like
the knowledge,
obviously the game knowledge that people who play Tarkov and like us who have thousands of hours in the game would understand that what things are weird and like little tells and stuff like that. So they're playing and they're like, I guess, wiping lobbies and stuff like that, which is not something we typically do. And yeah, they're doing their thing, going around killing people. And then Brandon joins. And then I guess behind the scenes this entire time, Andre is talking to this guy like, oh, if my buddy joins, like he's for sure going to be able to catch on kind of thing. And he was like, okay, like whatever. So, and Brandon, when he was telling, he was like, and I fucking knew it. They were speaking in code this entire time, like the way they were talking, because he was telling Andre, oh, you should use this piece of armor with this because we're going to factory and you cover your face. And Andre was like, nah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it, because Andre, knowing he had the guy to help him kind of thing. So they're fucking going through it. And then I think Brandon said it was like 10 minutes into it, I messaged Roman and was like, nah, this dude's sus. Like, what the fuck's going on? And he had a fresh account. He was a fresh account being, it was only 15 hours of gameplay. He was already level 29. And he was, I mean, the fact that he's running around with good loot doesn't matter because he has the flea market unlocked. You have access to everything at that point. But for someone who has 15 hours to be running around like it's fucking Call of Duty, swinging corners, one-tapping people in the face, that's not how you play Tarkov. Your first 100 hours, you're sitting in a corner pissing to every fucking sound because you don't know what the fuck's going on. And this kid's over here, like, they're like, I'm not even bullshitting you. This is how fast it was. Oh, someone's lean peeking me, dead. Oh, someone's around the corner, 2 dead. And he's just like, two-tapping these guys like just one like just wiping lobbies. So yeah, we've just given Andre a whole bunch of shit since then. He came in with we played a raid earlier today and he had some night vision and we were all like, where'd you get those from? That's crazy. you ain't never had those before and shit like that. So we've just been giving him a hard time. And now, I love the
he
kid.
deserves
like,
it.
He can't be trusted.
Yeah, that was
how
dirty.
do I know he doesn't have that shit on his computer?
Then what happened, right? Because I heard what happened next. What did Brandon do?
Oh, they all ended up getting off, but he banned him from the.
He banned him?
Yeah, he banned him. And I was like, honestly, that was nicer than I was, because if I would have got the red flags that it was happening, I would have been like, all right, guys, let's do it. We're going to go to this place. We're going to get real thick. We're going to finish these quests and we're going to get out thick as fuck. Blah, blah, blah. Let's bring our best kit. And as soon as we would have loaded in, I would have shot him in his fucking face and then banned him from the Discord right then and there, and then never would have dealt with it again. Probably would have had to kill Andre too, just for being associated. But
that was kind of a dirty.
Does Andre deny doing like this?
No, and his reasoning for bringing him in, and I quote, was to see how long it was for us to notice.
Oh yeah, that's what Roman told us. Yeah.
And I was like,
he said he just wanted to see what you guys would say,
bruh. And yeah, ever since then, Brandon has lost his light. He has not felt any sort of fun playing that game. He was like, it just 100% confirmed everything that I said to this point. He was doing everything that I say people do to me. Like, he was just W keying, not checking corners, running straight, nade checking. Like, people weren't making any noise. And he was like, it just confirmed everything that I knew. Like, I knew these motherfuckers were cheating. And I was like,
which is funny because every time we listen to Brandon play, whenever he gets killed in anything, it's they're cheating. That person's cheating. And now Andre just like made him feel validated. And
then leaned into that.
It's 100% valid. And that's even what Roman said. He was like, so did Brandon convince you? Like, was he able to like bring you to his house? I was like, no, not at all. Like, that doesn't solidify anything. Yes, people cheat in this game. Andre found this kid in a fucking random Discord server that has thousands of people playing. Like, that's what it's for. It's to meet people playing Tarkov kind of thing. And yeah, he just met a random guy that was cheating. That doesn't surprise me. It would happen just all the same in Call of Duty or any fucking game that you're playing kind of thing. So no, it doesn't convince me otherwise, because I play the game just as much, and I don't feel that I'm dying to as sus as shit as he is, kind of thing. So I don't know. It's all in the eye of the beholder, in my opinion. Like I think I'm just a glass half full when it comes to it, and he's a glass empty, just straight up empty.
Fair enough. That shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Roman
I can't
was
believe
like,
Andre did that to us.
Roman told me, he's like, yeah, you know, that Adam guy, he got banned just as fast as he got in. And I was like, what? And he gave us a quick rendition of the story, and I was like, that's crazy.
He couldn't wait for me to join the chat that day. He's like, oh, I've been waiting for this all day. Oh man,
that's phenomenal.
It's funny. Next time I see Andre on, I'm gonna talk shit too.
Oh, absolutely.
I was gonna, and that's why I said. So now, anytime you talk to him. You gotta.
If he so happens to be listening to this episode, you've been had.
Right.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
But yeah, that was my little story time. That's all I had.
Oh yeah.
You want to sign us off?
Bringing in the cheaters, you gosh darn rats.
All right.
Dirty bastards.
I mean, if you guys have nothing else, you want to sign us out?
Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening to the Lazy Susan. If you're tuning in live, we appreciate you being here. If you're watching us at a later date, we also appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. We've been releasing on more platinum platforms now as well. So check us out on Spotify and
short form. Yeah, right now it's Spotify, but short form content on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, yeah, that's about it.
All right.
See you next week.
Peace.
Yeah.